Hello, Earth Signs. Welcome to the mystery. I am Matt. I'm a Victorian psychic medium and clairvoyant, amongst many other things along my journey and my path, especially with chaos. Tends to lead to a lot of things. And I am so wonderfully obliged to present your forecast for the week of May 23rd through 28th of 2022. This will be through my charm casting set, which I've been keeping cleansed with selenite. And this is not a timeless reading, so I will not and almost will never read in a timeless manner because I feel that it's really important to see what's on the table and to see what's in front of us for the moment. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my charms out. This what's cool about this set is it was custom curated through charms that a couple charms that I had found, and through charms that I have been given by a friend, Miss Annalise Gallagher with Tarot Talk Cafe and Geldemont Studios. She makes wonderful custom wrapped jewelry and is a lovely tarot reader. And this set of charms is based off the Lenormand system, the 36 card French um, divination system, and it's got a charm to represent each card or archetype. This being the woman, this being the ring, this being the tower, etc. Okay, let's go ahead and get these in our container and cast out for our Earth Signs forecast. What I like about charm casting as well is, besides the selenite that I use in my container, I get to literally rhythmically shake and get the energy moving, and it also cleanses, and I get to even use rhythm, which is a musical thing, and music is magic. Music is absolute magic. So let's get some music going and let's get this reading going. For Earth Signs for May 23rd through the 28th, 2022. Okay. Right off the bat here, my significator arrow is pointing directly towards the anchor, which the anchor is definitely about grounding, and it's about our sense of reality. It's about everything that we sort of latch onto. It is everything that we latch onto. And my significator arrow is pointing directly to that. So that may be a huge focus for our Earth signs within the next coming week. Grounding and pulling into our own reality. And right above it is the letter, which is messages, information coming in. There's a lot of information coming in when it comes towards grounding. And the way this charm is facing, it's pointing away from the grounding and the pulling into our reality. But that to me doesn't mean that necessarily the messages are going away from the grounding, but maybe the messages are coming in a way where how do I even put this? We're needing to focus more on grounding, yes, but our messages are taking us to many different places away from what we're commonly used to. Now, obviously, it's currently Mercury retrograde, and we just entered eclipse season. So our travel, our my passport charm, our travel for the ship card is upside down, and we're sort of enjoying that. Our sun energy, our comfort, our the things that light us up are happening at the home or in our stationary points. Our messages, our messages are leading us to stay at home or to stay within what we know is comfortable. Over here we have our fish card, which has everything to do with the emotions and the balance of the emotions, the yin, the yang. It's also Pisces, the yin and the yang. And our emotions are sort of also keeping us at home as well for our earth signs. Now, right just outside of it, though, is our boundaries, our obstacles, those things that worry us, those things that keep us from moving into the spheres that we would like to move into. And that is just outside of the sphere um, of not traveling, being more sedentary. So that can maybe sometimes lead to more worries about our boundaries and what keeps us from evolving. Staying more sedentary, staying in the house, not keeping our hands busy sometimes can lead to a lot of those thoughts. Now, up above staying in is being more internal when it comes to our abundance, like internalizing our sense of abundance, like working on that mentality and staying out of lack mentality, and that's right above staying in what we're comfortable with. We stay in what we're comfortable with, and we can be more close to an energy line that is more useful for being abundant. We're needing to go in, we're needing to focus on what is super, super important, and we are needing to just suss out. It's almost like the moment of Rapunzel up in the tower. Everybody always thinks of Rapunzel in the tower as being a prisoner, but really she had a lot of time to herself. She could have done absolutely anything that was available in the tower. I just think of the movie Tangled, and she had a lot more in that room than just a bare tower, and it can be useful. Now, social life for us is not going to be that great as earth signs. I'm not an earth sign, but I'm speaking like I am within your energy field, because I am. Our social life is not going to be as flourishing. That's okay. We're focusing more on internalizing our abundance right now and keeping our blockages outside of our mental spheres. So we have to watch out for those while we sort of stay in what is comfortable. Now, let's see. When it comes to the home, we may be more focused specifically, and this doesn't even have to be your literal home. We may be needing to focus more on the upkeep, the care, and just taking care of everything within our local surroundings. And a lot of that will help us intuitively, because our feminine energy is upside down, but right next to it is the moon, which has to do with everything with intuition and also things that are hidden as well. So it can go into what's hidden with the woman being flipped upside down, the female energy being upside down. And if we take care of all those aspects, then our intuition can flow a little bit better. The energy can flow a little bit better. When it comes to the masculine energies with the man, new starts. All of our new starts are right in that masculine energy. So all of that power comes from getting in and getting your hands dirty, doing it. We're doing all of the abundant work internally and within our own spheres up here by staying in and not necessarily physically moving more, but that can be a new upstart. I know it's Mercury retrograde, but there's a lot of planning that can be done. A lot of internalization leads to more steps. Yeah, sure, we might want to hold off a little bit, but also that's the planning phases. A lot of people get way afraid of the chaotic energy of eclipse seasons, but I think it's useful. It shakes things up that we're not, that we're used to just being stagnant. And a lot of people get way too afraid. And ooh, I shouldn't charge my crystals. It's chaos. Chaos energy. Ooh, I shouldn't do spell working. It's chaos energy. How about harness it? Use it. Let it shake things up. Now, there's a lot of things down on the bottom, which to me I almost see as the underworld, as the things that are being, the underlying work, if you will. So we had our grounding here, and we also had our messages over here around the grounding into the physical reality. But also, we have a lot more right here. So what I want to focus on right now is the key, which is right here. It's unlocking our potential, seeing pathways and doors open up, and committing to that with the ring. Committing to that with the ring. Committing to our health and vitality with the tree, our roots, and unlocking that, and not focusing on the things that are almost disease ridden. The mouse is flipped over. So we need to turn our eyes away from those things that really keep us hindered. Our coffin is flipped over. So it's almost like it's a transitional energy right now, almost like the Tower card in tarot. This is not based on tarot though, so that's what I can relate it to though. Our coffin card, our new beginnings is flipped over, so there are a lot of new beginnings on the underlying um, parts of life that we may not be able to see, and it's my clouds charm right here, which is a little hand, is confusion. So there may be some confusion around those new beginnings, even though they're still happening, and a lot of chatter with our birds, a lot of mental chatter going on as well. So we got to watch out for that. That's all sitting right by our unlocking, turning away from negative thought patterns, our health, and our commitment. Now, over here, right next to all of those is the scythe, which is my scissors charm, and it is cutting. It is the energy of cutting out all, and it's pointing right in between those two groups. We have to delineate the difference between what confuses us and keeps us in our chatter, and what we can commit to keep a more positive mindset. When it comes to spirituality, we have to sort of right now determine how much book study we need to do and how much of it is oppressive as well. Like my oppression charm, my whip charm, is technically the perfume bottle. It's like an old lady's perfume. It can get way overwhelming. It's not like it will harm you. Learning a lot of learning never hurt, but don't bog yourself down. For the love of everything out there, do not bog yourself down. Otherwise, it will start to feel oppressive. And there's a lot of hopes in that study, though. So continue on that path of study, continue on that path of work, but don't let it drag you down. All right. Right now, is a good time for bold moves. Nothing that's terribly sneaky or cunning, but getting out there and making those bold moves, but also being careful about it. And because there's the crossroads between the bold moves and the spirituality. So you're going to have to make some decisions on how you want to present yourself during this next week. It can seem a little bit too bold sometimes. And then we have our passion and our snake right next to that. So you sort of have, a decision, literally the crossroads right here between what is a healthy masculine, fiery energy that gets you going, and what may be a little bit overdoing it. And that is our forecast for our earth signs for the week of May 23rd through the 28th. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you gleaned something from this. And you can always go back and forth throughout the video if you in case you missed something. That's why I like to point out all of my specific groups of what's going on literally on all the spread. I would like to start offering more of these, but for right now, I'm going to do earth, air, fire, and water signs, and group them all together like that, so I can get the general energies. You can, if you like these, you can book with me on my website, www.themystery, that's with an I, mistery.com, not com, sorry, the mystery, mistery.me, M-E, and it should be under Book the Mystery in my menu. You can get services like charm casting, you can get services like Reiki, you can get services like tarot, Lenormand, and Oracle, and my mediumship as well, which is what I'm very much focused on at the moment. Also, you can support me on buymeacoffee.com, and I will link that below. And buymeacoffee.com is great because, like Patreon, it has a tiered membership system. So you can choose a tier over there and have a chance to get a choice of a basic charm casting with a written explanation on the overall energy or one question, a basic tarot, Lenormand, or oracle pull with a short written explanation, And as the tiers move up, you can get distance Reiki in there as well, and you can also get eventually upgrading to full video sessions with me as well. I'm very excited for that. That can help support me monthly as my career shifting just a bit. And I'd love to still be able to support myself, but with things that light me up and that are my passions. So change is inevitable, and if you could support me and get a little bit of extra guidance out of it, that would be wonderful. Also, Buy Me a Coffee offers literally buying me a coffee, um, literally and figuratively. You can choose to buy me 1, 3, or 5 coffees, and it donates. I believe it's $5, $10, and $15. You can donate $5, $10, or $15 by buying 1, 3, or 5 coffees, and that is basically donating the price of a coffee. But in what I am doing right now, that would go towards saving up in a money pot, a large money pot, for a Gypsy Vardo style wagon, a Romani Vardo style wagon. I want to hit the road so desperately and network with all the people that I've been trained by. Patty Negri from Ghost Adventures, my great mentor and teacher, and just get out to more Paracons and do more private sessions and do more seances and get out there to the greater national and international community. And I cannot necessarily do that unless I can afford to do that, but I would love to do that. For you, for me, for everybody, and for spirit. So, like I said, again, I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you next week.